Good afternoon, TNT Super Fantastic family. Today is Friday, March 8th, 2019. Yours truly, Raymond 98 here, along with.
All right, good morning, TNT. We are here again. And see where we didn't want to be. We wanted to be in line at the bank, or already through the line at the bank somewhere, but not here. But here we are. So, Ray, did we send out anything? You got to get caught up on before we get started?
We're good. No updates went out. So we'll take it from the top.
Updates went out. So, let me see. We have an update, though. We did get the rates, right?
Yes.
You want to tell them what they are? Or no?
No. Do I have to?
Okay.
Okay, hold on.
Okay. No, I guess I can if you don't want to.
I wasn't looking at it. 1 second here. I have to pull my screen back up. I'm really double tasking here, or multitasking while I'm on remote. Okay, let's see this. The last rates that we have are the Dinar 443 to 673 on the screen. Dong 47 cents to $2.27, and they're reporting them from 14 cents to 55 cents.
All right. Now that is two different banks, two different major banks showing those same rates. So that's a good thing right there. Going back and forth. So we're there. What do we know about tomorrow? There's two different articles out. One article says they're going to vote tomorrow on the ministers, and one article said they're not going to vote tomorrow on the ministers. On television, they're saying they're not going to vote on the ministers, so they're going to wait till next Saturday. Not tomorrow Saturday, not the 9th. But they're going to vote on some other laws and stuff tomorrow instead. So if you're worrying about the ministers, I guess it's still not going to happen as far as that is. We know that this weekend, because I already told you guys that we were looking for the lower denoms to come out sometime over the weekend, and we are still hearing that's a huge possibility for them to come out over the weekend. Now, what enforced that or enhanced that possibility is what I should say, was the article that I sent you guys yesterday where Mahdi and CBI governor were both on TV. So both of them together, standing side by side, saying that they are ready to do the delete the 3 zeros. That it was initially supposed to happen October of 2014. They've held it or put it on hold for 5 years to deal with the corruption. Exactly what it says. That was broadcast on television yesterday. There was an article out yesterday that I saw again. So that's where we're at. They are saying they are ready. We are now ready. The people were told that. They were told that in the mosque. And something was supposed to happen. Shoot, I forgot what he said. Anyway, we'll see what happens over the weekend. There was something. He told me something else, and I forgot what it was. Anyway, we're good. We're just going to see what happens over the weekend, how close we are to this thing. But they feel like they're ready to go, and again, the Lord denoms were trickling out. So, this is what we're going to do. Late last night, we got a message that somebody went to the bank yesterday to buy dinar, and that they had got a lower dinar. Now, I haven't really figured it out. Ray figured it out. I haven't figured it out. So, exactly what the rate is to do this, for them to even get one. But this is what we like you guys to do. Everybody can participate. This is a game everybody can play. They want to. Everybody can go to the bank and buy or order Then you have to buy it. Just go to the bank and ask them if you can buy 415,000 dinar and see how much it costs, or 413, or 410,000. See if they will sell it to you, and then what denominations it will come in, and we'll all know if they have the lower dinars. Because that's the only way they can sell you 410,000 is they got to have a 10 note, right? Or 410. 410,010.
Yeah, okay? Any odd number.
Any odd number. And let's see what they said. Because evidently this person is telling us that's what they did yesterday and they got it. So that's how we can find out if it's true. Everybody can find out for themselves. You don't even have to buy it. Just call the 800 number and ask them, can you buy it? Can you put in an order for it? Call your bank and see. And if they will take that order and see exactly how much it costs you to buy a odd number.
So let me add something.
Yeah.
Let me add something very, very, very important.
Okay.
Those of you that do this, if the response or if the answer is no, you can't do that, do not text me to tell me that.
Okay. So if it doesn't work, you don't want to know about it. You only want the ones that do work.
Well, we'll know if it's going to work by the end of the day, but I don't need 1,000 people texting me to tell me that their bank said no. Now, if your bank said yes, then you can text me.
I'm getting texts already.
See?
Can they send you a picture of the note? We are actually trying to get a hold of the person. We sent them a message. We're waiting for an answer. So, but unfortunately, we can only email them, so we're just waiting to see what happens. That's all. In order to get it back, because that's the first thing we're going to ask for. I'm going to ask for, actually, I want to see the order where they got it, and if they will send us a picture of the 10 and the 2 ones that they said they got. So
you need to ask that person. But you need to ask that person why they asking you. Can they send a picture? We already told you guys it was trickling out. So you don't believe us? You don't believe the information we're getting? That's my message to all those I want proof people. You want that much proof? Go over there yourself and do it. Anyway.
Okay.
All right. I got that off my chest.
So you guys try and get 12, 13, 15, 17, 18, 19 dinar and see what happens. Or try and put an order in. And I know some of you guys are so, on top of this thing. You probably got that second phone in your hand already dialing, trying to put in an order, see if it goes through.
Okay.
Or probably drop past the base. But before we get off, we got 2 hours.
Yeah, before we hang up.
Somebody's going to walk in the bank while we're on this call and try to put in an order, and they're going to come back and tell us. I already know. But hopefully that person will contact us before we get off the call. All right? All right. So that's the good news, if it's true. So let's see what else we got here. Hold on a second. I got some housekeeping to do, as they say. As soon as I figure out on my phone how to do it. Let me see. Nobody sells the dinar there. Let me see here. All right, so I have to clear up some mess that I had on the last call. So I was telling you guys about Ron. Ron is in Mobile, Alabama. He's actually 72 years old, not 90. So he's not quite old yet. He's just 72. So he's not 90. Now, the guy that I was telling you about that I was supposed to call, it turns out that for a lot of you guys, and you need to listen to this because I know I got a bunch of seasoned veterans on this call right now. He actually went and had a test done because the test was free, or a scan, and it turns out that he had a carotid artery which supplies blood to the brain was 95% blocked. 95%, and he wasn't even feeling any of the effects of it. So he was immediate risk of stroke and death. So he went to the hospital, had it cleared out. But guys, we just don't know. Especially, again, you seasoned veterans. You're walking around feeling okay, but some things are going on. So just go get it checked out. But Ron, which I actually wanted to put him on this call, so in Mobile, Alabama, and his daughter's Alicia, she's in Baltimore. But he's scared to talk to you guys. I wanted to acknowledge him. I want to tell him I'm happy he's feeling good. He's been part of TNT forever. He listens to all the calls. So at 72 years old, you're not quite as old as I thought you were. I mean, you're still a little young, but I'm glad you're healthy. And now everybody knows he's not 90, he's 72. So there we go. I wanted to clear that up. His daughter wanted me to make sure I cleared it up. So I did. All right, so let's go on with the show. We got some questions?
Hold on. Let me make another clarification.
Uh-oh.
Because we were talking about this lower denom thing, and you gave out a number 410, and then I hollered out odd numbers. I was trying to simplify it for folks. 410 would work because 10 is a lower denom number that right now is an out. But to keep people from trying to focus on what lower denoms are out and which ones are in, an odd number would definitely do it. Odd being 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. You need to have some ones to make those numbers. 7, you would need, a 5 and 2 ones or 7 ones. So anything that ends in those odd numbers.
Wait, let me ask you a question. Before you go too far, don't you need some ones to make 8 and 4 and 6? Those are even numbers.
Well, that's true too. Yeah, because 8 you would need either 4 sets of 2s or So any of those lower numbers would work. But see, odd is just. See, Tony, I try to do stuff. What you didn't realize is we actually have at least one 8th grader that listens to the call that I know of, and And so I try to make sure that we do stuff so that even an 8th grader could just do it without complication. But so I just try to real flat, easy, odd. But all of it works. Anything under
between 1 and 10, 1 and 9. All right.
Yeah, well, we do have some kids that listen to we seriously, we have children that listen to the call on a regular basis, either this call or an open mic or something. But they're listening and learning, which is great.
Yes, that is great.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. Moving right along. I guess we'll go to the questions.
Yeah.
You covered everything you wanted to introduce, correct? Because I know I stopped you. Okay.
I think we got all the information out. That's all we really know, guys. We're still waiting to see what happens this weekend. I got that the banks feel definitely this month. Again, they do not think we're getting out. This is about to go off some kind of way. But this weekend is a good weekend. Okay. All right. First question, caller, is Alf. Ray Tony, what can you tell us about the Zane Cash Card, which is able to use IQD/USB internationally? What I can tell you, I told you on the last call. Don't you guys remember? That's what we talked about. The fact that it is international, and how can they have one rate in country and another rate out international? They would be losing money. So how can it be 35 dinar to get $100, and then they go across the border or come here to the U.S., and that same 35 dinar won't get them 10 cents? Because it's 1,100 dinar to equal $1. somebody would lose a fortune in 2 seconds if that was how it was going to work. So that card has to have an international rate. They have a rate in country of 286, which from all our sources they now have. So the card may be there, may be available, but when they come over here and they go to Citibank will look at it and say, our rate is 1187, and we're not giving you $100 for 35 dinar. So how does that work? We've yet to see, so it has to be a change rather quickly in order for that to operate. Now, unless, and may well be, because it is a Visa card, they can put it in the ATM and it gives it to them at that current rate, 35 dinar for $100, and they do all their transactions through the ATM machine, and their card is coded for that. That's the only way it could work. But again, it's going to have to get here sooner rather than later. Okay, what's next?
Okay. It also says the wall card by MasterCard. I guess that's MasterCard. I don't know anything about a wall card. WALCARD.
No, I don't know.
Okay. All right, we'll move on. Del Broa says, how is it that Iraq citizens out of country are able to use their cards at 286 and it not show on Forex? Is there some loophole in the system that allows their treasury to do this?
Well, it must be. That's what we just discussed with the card. So, I mean, it's not showing out of country, so it's not on Forex. So, but we know it's international because they've been using their cards internationally. They've been using the MasterCard and the other Visa cards and international for the last year. And they could use them on the internet to make purchases and everything else, but that was at the regular rate. So now this new card supposedly is going to be at the new rate. Or they all should be at the new rate. The rate changed over there. And that is, again, why I'm saying they can't last long, that they can have it just in country. That's why my guy thinks that the lower dinars are coming out this weekend so they can change the rate around the world. So we'll see what happens. Okay?
Okay. Okay, any new intel on receiving a copy of the NDA or the procedures? No, we don't have any new intel on those yet. Lori says, I purchased IQD in 2010. What would be the amount in USD gifting the maximum amount of 14,000/15,000 if you have all 25K notes? I need anybody that, if you can, before this call is over, go, if you can find the call that I did when I referenced the utopian way of giving, and you'll send me that, which one it is, so that I can send it to Lori. Then this question might be a moot point for her, but anyway.
But to give her an answer, if she wanted to give away $14,000 worth of dinar, it's going to be about 14 million dinar, since a million costs you $900 something. So it's going to be a little bit over 14 million dinar to equal your $14,000. Now, how you're giving it away, Ray has a problem. But the number you asked for is 14 million dinar. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
Okay.
Appreciate you willing to do what I'm not.
All right.
Okay, Rich Son says, much appreciation for the great work you are doing. Can you allow for some new callers trying to get on? No. The system is simple. We open the line, and then the ones that really want to get on, they figured out a way to call in and get in first. I think trying to allow for new callers and then tell these people that have figured out they have the time or whatever, sit and wait so that they can be first. I don't know, son. I'm just challenged on if that's fair to them just because people want to hear from some different folks.
Okay, so let me tell you guys this. So the call-in line for questions and to talk to us only holds 100 people at a time. So when somebody calls and we talk to them, then they hang up, then you can dial in, they hang up, you dial. Never, not one single time have we had 100 people ask a question, which means there's always room. All you have to do is dial the number. Raise your hand. He goes straight down the line, and we usually don't stop the questions until he gets to the last person. There's no more questions. Let's go to the live person. Oh, the reading question. But the live people, I'm sorry, because I got that mixed up. The live people we talk to for the last 2 hours until the time runs out. So if you're in that line, we're going to try and get to you. But we stay until the time runs out and go straight down the line. So the people that always get on, and Ray is saying it, always get on because as soon as it opens up, they dial the number. We can't do anything about that. I mean, unless you want us to go take the top 10 people and Ray just hang up on all of them. Now, who is that fair to? Nobody. But you can talk to them, tell them stop calling in. Say, hey, don't call in no more so I can call in. And let's see what they do. Let's leave it up to them. I'm pretty sure they're going to still call in. But go ahead.
Okay. AZ Humbrai says, Tony, please tell us again what day of the week and time you think an RV would go. Not saying this weekend, of course. I believe you said 4:45 p.m. East Coast time. That would give West Coast buyers 3+ hours to buy more. I think you also said Forex is closed from Friday evening to Sunday evening, making it difficult for the traders to watch a buying opportunity and spike up the prices. Is that correct?
Okay. The ideal time for this to happen was always 3:45 East Coast time because it's right before the market closes at 4 o'clock, but it would have an official rate out there, and the bank would have the first 48 hours. Or actually, the plan was to start Friday night when we were going to do this at that time. It was going to start Friday night, go to 1 o'clock in the morning, and then go Saturday, then go Sunday, and just keep going. But they get a head start of getting people in, and it's not on Forex yet. So it's it's just a flat rate. The bank didn't have to worry about it. They could deal with it those first 48 hours without waiting for the market to open Sunday and then Monday, and then having to go with whatever happens on the market. So that was going to be easy for them to do it that way. 3:45 was always a great time, p.m., and then between 1 and 3 a.m. was the next time that they always loved to do it. Now, I'm just saying that because who knows when they're going to do it now, and hopefully I'm not telling y'all anything. But if I am, it's been there for 10 years, so a whole lot of people know it. But those were the best times. That was the reason. It's a weekend, and we can be done with it. Okay? Did I answer all the questions?
Sounds like you did. All right. His next question is for me. It says, Ray, will anyone who does not have the proper trust, etc., set up before our impending RV be SOL? SOL meaning stone out of luck. Continuing, I'm thinking they will be fine and will be able to put everything together with minimal problems and consequences after they have the funds and mentality to do it. What's your opinion? My opinion is you are 100% correct. They will be perfectly fine after getting their funds and the mentality together. to create these entity structures. Markster says, my question is, how does the lower denoms help us here in the U.S. with the RV?
If they were, in fact, giving out lower denoms today, if they did give him lower denoms yesterday, all it does is tell us that the rate, again, is getting ready to change, or they wouldn't even have them over here. It gives us that much notice. I'd be looking for them to really explode on Saturday if our bank started giving them out today, because that shouldn't have happened. They should be out in Iraq before they're out anywhere. And if somebody at some bank made a mistake and did that, then they just exposed the whole system, and we're going to be happy. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be excited because I know it's finally here and this is over with when that happens. You know, they couldn't give him a 5 dinar and a 1 dinar unless a rate was going to change on their system, because they would have gave him a worthless piece of money. I mean, that doesn't even equal a penny. So think about it. If it actually happened, and that's the part we got to get to. If we don't have a call, we don't have any pictures, we don't have any proof of it, and that's why we ask you guys, if you're out there, right while we're doing the call, we'll do it live. See if you can put in that kind of order at the bank yourself. Hopefully some of you call back and say, I did. So we can all get excited. Okay, what's next, Ray?
Okay, Red says, if we have a 2-hour lead, as you think will be the case on the Forex by getting the 800 numbers 2 hours in advance of the traders, this could be a great leveraging opportunity on Dinar in the Forex markets. Am I seeing this correctly? Yeah.
If we have a 2-day lead on them, it could be great. That's right. That's right. If they do it starting Friday night, I mean, after the market closes, you're ready to hit the market on Sunday, Monday, yes, it could be a great opportunity.
His second question is, now, Tony, I don't believe in reinventing the wheel. Since you have a jet chartered and waiting, can you drop in Salt Lake City and pick me up for the exchange?
Well, I think you're going to be able to exchange in Salt Lake City. The only person I really know that's seriously going to have a problem exchanging is Tony. So I know, because Ray said he ain't going to follow the rules, so he's going to go do his own thing. But everybody else should just have a piece of cake. Okay.
All right, Robert, 001. Something else?
No, I was just going to say, Ray don't like their rules. Anyway, the rules they gave us, so he said he's not going to do it. But we're going to see what happens.
Okay, Robert 001 says, the info you reported, Ray, about the lower denoms, was that info from the eBay source we have now read held old new denoms? Okay. No, it was not from any eBay source. So whatever you saw on eBay regarding lower denoms, I have no knowledge of that. Okay, Munchkin says, hi, Ray and Tony. I read on the Canadian government site that all currency gains are taxable, hoping that would not apply to the dinar. I need your input.
You need to get Ray's input, because I'm going to tell you to go by that site until somebody tells you something different. And so I don't know what they're doing in Canada. I don't know how this is going to be done. I don't even know how it's going to be done here. I know we're being told that it's not going to be taxable. So you guys have a choice when it comes tax time, I guess. As Ray told you, you can put it, add it on that line or not. You can ask your tax advisor what you're supposed to do. And, you know, we'll try and get guidance once this thing is going ourselves and inform you of what they want us to do. So.
Okay. Circ 7 what are some ways you would suggest for someone to calm down before going into the bank to negotiate interest rates so you don't walk in a nervous wreck?
What are some ways you would suggest for somebody to calm down?
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, that's the question. Well, let me jump in real quick while you're thinking. Guys, if you have your plan already made out, you can be calm. Because you're just going in to work your plan. And that's a whole lot of what we keep saying about don't get ready, be ready. And it's not just to go get money, but it's to negotiate business, to transact business, to tell people what you want. Do you even know what you want? Then you just go in and work at that. But other than that, or some, oh no, I don't want to say anything because then somebody will say they're telling them to take drugs on the TNT call. There's things that can calm you down.
What? How are you going to calm down? Well, I'll take a shot of scotch myself, calms me down every time. But we don't want y'all to do that either. But you do. But seriously, you do just what Ray said. I mean, if you actually need a way, is sit down with somebody and practice what you're going to say. You got all this money. You know your appointment's coming up. Sit down, let somebody be the banker. Go through your script. This is what I would like. And if you say it, 5, 10 times, you read it and say it. Read it and say it. Read it and say it. Then it will just come out. And you'll be calm about it. And know this, guys. This is the one thing you have to know. At any point in time, you can get up and walk out.
Mm-hmm.
They can't make you stay there. They can't make you exchange your money. They can't make you take a rate. Everything is up to you. Either you like it or you don't. You want to think about it or you want to sign it right there and be done with it. But what you don't want to do is panic. What you don't want to do is feel uneasy about something, sign it, and then regret it the rest of your life. And be, I wish I would have, could have, should have, had it. Just take deep breaths, get it. You're about to have hundreds and thousands of dollars or millions of dollars when you walk out, and just enjoy it. It's a moment in time, that's all. A moment in time. So take the time and breathe and know that it's really up to you. You're going to get a lot of offers. It's going to be very complicated. Take the time. Make sure they explain it to you. If you don't understand, do just like you do Tony. Ask him again. And ask him again until he explains it, until you understand it. And then make your decision. All right, what's next?
Okay, Sandola G. Quite a while back, you spoke about our initial exchange of currency and opening an account to do so. Information in this account is made public by/to the government. I guess they're asking, is this? Because they put a question mark behind that. It says, please explain
is there a
information.
bank account?
Go ahead.
You're asking, is there a bank account made public or sent? Is the information sent to the government? Is that the question?
Yeah, is this account made public by/to the government?
Okay. Will the government know you have this money? Absolutely. They'll know everybody that went in there and did a transaction, guys. I mean, you're not trying to hide anything anywhere, so it doesn't matter. You're trying to hide it from people who are trying to take it from you. As far as the government, there's this old saying that will actually keep you out of trouble for life, which is render unto Caesar what is his. Because if you don't, and he find out about it, trust me, you're going to regret it the rest of your life. Just give him his and move on and live well. That's all. Take what you have left and live well. Put your money to work. Remember that. Don't spend your money. Put it to work and spend your money's money, and it'll work out for you. Now, if you want to know who is going to know you have that money, ask a banker right now today. Hey, when I go open an account, who does that information go to? It's going to say all of our affiliates and partners and that. And when they see how much you have, that's where all those offers are going to start coming from. That's where all those phone calls are going to start coming from to buy stocks or get cards or get this. They send it out to all their business partners. The way around that, you have a banker, private banker, wealth manager. You simply let him know, I don't want anybody contacting me, nobody, about my account without going through you first. Trust me, he's not going to take all those phone calls. Okay? He's going to make sure that information doesn't go out for that account. But that's what you have to do. Okay? Who's next?
Okay, let's see. Let me take care of a couple of members in one pot, because 2 or 3 or 4 of you are asking Rupiah-type questions. They're still in the basket as far as we know. The rate is still the last thing that we were given, between 108 and 125. Afghani still in the basket as far as we know. And the last rates that we gave are still about the same. We know new reports, 239, somewhere thereabouts for the Afghani. The Iranian Rial, we don't know that it's not on the bank screens, but we're not getting reports on it. I haven't asked anyone lately that gave us rates if they could even see the Rial, because we were already pretty much assuming that it wasn't going to be in the basket in the first place due to the economic issues and things going on with the Rial. So that covers that. Now, Wealth Mentor 1 says, didn't Iraq many months ago announce they now have a new 25K note? If so, then when we go to the bank to exchange, when they verify our notes being outdated, they would be deemed non-exchangeable. Only the new 25K notes would be showing on the verification screens. So what can we say to help that Wealth Mentor relax, relate, and release?
Your note is going to be on the screen. The 25K note that you have is still good. So don't worry about it. The new 25K is being used in country, not out of country. We're okay. And
okay.
If you don't believe me, you can take it to the bank right now. Have it verified. But it's going to be okay. All right. Go ahead.
Okay. And regarding the Zim, for those Zim question people, nothing has changed for us information-wise. It's still the same. One source is saying no, another source, bank sources are saying yes. So we don't have any new Zim information to give you. It's still the same. We're getting 2 different sides of the fence. So that takes care of the questions on the board. First live caller is G-Man, 610. There we go.
Hey, good afternoon, Ray, and good morning, Tony. It is G-Man.
Hey, G-Man, I need to ask you a question. Can you hang up and dial back here and go to the back of the line? No, I'm just joking.
Hey. As long as I can dial in and get in early, I get in early. And there are times when I dial in and I can't get on the call. So I have to just wait until somebody asks a question, dial back in and get on the line. And many times I've been at the back of the line. So it is what it is.
So wait, let me ask you a question though, because I really don't know, guys, because I don't call in. So I think the call-in line, how early does it let you in though? I mean, like 5 minutes before we start, 2 minutes before we start. How early can you dial in?
15 minutes before the call starts, I can dial in and get in on the line.
Okay. So anybody who wants to ask a question, the most you have to do is start dialing 15 minutes before the call. Not like it used to be where people would be on the phone for an hour and a half before the call starts. This call will only let you in at 15 minutes. So we had 100 people. So, Ray, hold on, Jimmy, I'm sorry. How many people right now got their hand up?
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 total.
22
right now,
people.
hand up.
We got 100 lines. It's only 22 people who want to ask a question, so I don't know what the issue is. All right, go ahead, G-Man. Good.
And the other 78 are not supposed to be on it, period. But anyway, I digress.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry, yeah, man, we messed you up. Sorry.
I was just going to reiterate what Ray was saying. There's 78 people on the line who are on this line that don't want to ask questions, and they could call in on the listen-only line because those listen-only lines hold thousands of people.
Thousands. I mean, thousands. All 5 of them. And the internet is unlimited. You guys are just listening on your computer or listening through the internet. I mean, it's unlimited. So there's plenty of room for people to ask questions. New people who want to dial in. If we can do something with those 78 other people. But go ahead.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are new to the call and those of you who didn't know, all these calls and all the means of communication that Ray and Tony use to keep us informed need to be paid for. And it's up to all of us out here in the currency community to make donations in order to help pay for the call. You can help by going to www.TNTSUPERFANTASTIC.com, ping on that red donate button, and when you do, the name and address will come up to where you can send your check or money order made payable to Raymond Renfrow, P.O. Box 1748, Elm City. That's just like the tree. Elm City, North Carolina, 27822. And for those of you who would like to donate electronically, the Cash App is available on the donation page. And if you're already familiar with and utilizing the Cash App, you can go to $TNT SUPERFANTASTIC, and you'll be able to make your donation electronically. And when you are sending in your donations, ladies and gentlemen, please remember to include your phone number with your donations. That makes it easier for Ray to track the donations. And on behalf of Ray and on behalf of Tony, thank you to all of you who have sent donations in the past, those of you who will send in a donation today and in the very near future. Your donations are needed and very, very much appreciated. Thank you very much. And Ray, Tony, thank you again for all you continue to do for us out here in the currency community. Thank you to both of your families for sharing you with us. Thank you to those 13 task force members still out there, making sure that the bankers and meeting facilities will be available for us post-RV so we can get all that banking information. And I'll close out with Vegas, Vegas, Vegas. Verification, negotiation, diversification, protect your principal, and rally, 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 so I can come join you and enjoy some of that good home-style North Carolina barbecue. Thank you, gentlemen. Make it a dynamite weekend.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Good, Tony.
All right. 951 area code. You're next.
Good afternoon. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, Tony, question for you. You had mentioned that you got a call late last night stating that the banks have the lower notes. And you're saying, obviously, here in the United States, they have them. That's why you want us to go out and call a bank and say, hey, I want to order 407,000 dinars and just see if they have the lower notes. Is that correct? The banks are here is what you're talking about.
Okay. So what it says, we had contact. Somebody actually sent an email. Nobody called us. Said that their brother went to the bank and got $400 worth of dinar. It came out to be 400,012 dinar. He got a 10 dinar note and 2 ones. We haven't verified that. We're trying to contact this person who sent us this information. The person is in California. We haven't been able to get hold of him, so we said simply, somebody else go to the bank and do it and see if it turns out the same way, and then we'll know.
Makes sense. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that sounds good. I'm going to do that today myself, so I'll find out.
Okay.
Secondly, you had mentioned on Wednesday's call about the 268, the RI rate. He said you were going to initiate a call to see if there was going to be something like a new rate, and you were waiting back for him to respond to you. Did you ever get any information back from him?
Yeah, when the lower dinars come out, the rate is going to increase, is what he said.
Okay. Good, great, fantastic. Want to go through a scenario with you on this 286 RI in Iraq, okay? And let's just use this as an example. Let's just, as opposed to 286, let's just use $2 USD to a dinar. If a person over in Iraq has if a person in Iraq has a $25,000 note and it's worth $2, is that person has $50,000? Is that correct?
If it's 35 dinar for per 100, how many times does 35 go into 25,000?
Okay, I don't know. I don't have my calculator handy.
Oh, okay.
So you're saying 25,000 divided by 35, correct?
25,000. That's right. Divided by 35 is going to tell you how much he has per $100, and then there's $100 times whatever that is. Somebody do the math.
Okay, let me see. 25. I can do the math. I can go to my calculator if you want. 25,000 divided by 35, correct?
Divided by 35.
Okay.
Equals 714 times $100 equals $71,428.
Okay, so this guy has $71,000 in Iraq right now. Okay, and you know a lot. In my opinion, a lot of these people have the $25,000 hidden away. So these people are fairly well to do. Obviously, they need to come and whack those 3 zeros off in order to get it down to where it needs to be. You understand? Understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, so here's the deal. As they told them when they were trying to get those 3 zeros in, they whack off the 3 zeros, and a 25,000 note is going to be the same as a 25 note. They're not going to get $70,000 because in country, that is not going to be worth $25,000 anymore.
Right.
Now,
right.
today it is because they haven't knocked the 3 zeros off. But when they bring out the lower dinars and do the rate, it won't.
Right. So my point is, Tony, is that they're going to have to do this fairly soon. I mean, right? I mean, these guys are going to be walking
real
around.
soon.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's exactly what I'm saying. I mean, you guys walking around, guys that have these notes, and they're very well to do right now. Before they whack out the zeros, these guys are probably millionaires. You know, if they have a lot of them, is what understand what I'm saying. So
I do
understand.
understand.
I just wanted to make sure. Oh yeah, you understand. Okay, so I wanted to clarify with you. The other thing, Tony, you had mentioned about when the
hold on, wait. We got some noise in there. We got some.
I got it.
Oh, we got some noise. Oh, okay.
It'll cut out in just a second.
Okay,
all right, there we go.
You good?
All
right.
Okay, no problem.
Yep.
In the tweet that was sent out yesterday, it was said the Parliamentary Commission Investment was the one who said they're going to leak the 3 zeros, but then you came on this morning and you said it was Mahdi and Alak on TV. I fell off my chair when I had to get back on my chair that was ready to delete the 3 zeros. They're the guys that were on the TV that actually said they're going to delete the 3 zeros.
That is what I was told from my guy over there, yes. They were at the mosque. At the end of the mosque, they go to this room. There's a big TV where they get all the news at. I mean, every mosque has one. They were in there. He said they were on TV standing side by side.
Unbelievable. That is absolutely huge. Absolutely huge. And then appreciate that information. The banks, obviously, they weren't talking to you. Obviously, you got some new rates. They're talking to you now. They're saying by the end of the month. Do you think they're just covering their base because are they on high alert, or what are they basically saying to you at this point, if you can tell us?
Well, the rates are back on the screen, obviously, because he's looking at it. This is actually two different banks. So I'll tell you guys what I did. So I got the rates from this bank. So I sent them to verify. I sent them to the other bank to verify. So, hey, are you seeing the same rates? And that person come back says, same rates, and looking for this to be done by the end of the month. Okay. And that's what I got back.
Okay. Fantastic. And the other thing is you had mentioned the other day that, the key to this whole thing is having the right contacts. And as far as I'm concerned, Tony, you have the right contacts. This is unbelievable about Mahdi and the LAC. No one else is saying anything like that on regarding what's happening over there. This is absolutely huge. And I do appreciate you sharing that with us, because I'm reading articles with Mahdi, and he wants to get these reconstruction projects going, and they're not going to do anything until they whack those 3 zeros off. So it's a great day. This thing is coming. I can see it right around the corner. Really, I really appreciate you and Ray for giving this information, because this is unbelievable as far as I'm concerned. With that, I appreciate it, guys. Have a great weekend. Hopefully you can tweet us out that, hey, the lower notes are out there or whatever. But if not, we'll definitely talk on Monday. But I do appreciate all the information, guys. Okay?
Okay,
right,
thank you.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate it. All right.
You betcha. Take
hopefully,
care now. Bye-bye.
All right. Our plan was to tell you guys this, and hopefully somebody would get back to us before we got to the end of the call and say, I just walked out the bank, and guess what happened? But anyway, we'll see. We got another hour to go. All right, Ray.
865 area code. You're on.
Appreciate the information. Appreciate your taking my call. And just a couple of questions for you guys. The Wednesday Gazette, anything of any little nugget in there that was shared with you that you could pass on to us that might be impacting what we're looking for? Just curious. Personally, I haven't seen anything.
Anything where?
In the Wednesday edition of the Gazette.
Oh,
because a lot of times when I ask you on Wednesday, you don't see it yet.
Oh, no.
And I'm asking on
I
Friday.
don't even look at the Gazette, so if somebody sends me something, what we're looking for. But
okay.
I don't. I don't look in the Gazette because I know you are. But anyway, go ahead.
No, well, I haven't found anything. Sorry on that one. With respect to the contract rate status, given the amount of time that continues to go by, what's the status with the availability amounts of contract rate available to us? Still out there?
They're still there. They're still there. They're not giving it to anybody. And you got to remember, the contract rate is going to millions of people, not a couple thousand, millions. There's 10 million people, at least 1 million people are going to get the contract rate, or it's going to be available for them, should they choose to take it. Now, and I'm just telling you, 10-1, that's 10%, and the actual number agreed to is higher than that. So we're looking fine.
Okay, good. Just one little piece of information that I could share with you I found of interest. Folks know that I like to monitor what the Prime Minister says, has media office on his website, and something has surfaced in just the last couple of hours, and it looks like we're at a time frame that 16 years ago someone was assassinated, and that it was prior to their Friday prayers, and that they were talking about that he was a man of science, wisdom, courage, insight, and they were paying tribute to him. But in the verbiage that comes through, because he was honoring the individual, but the Prime Minister is saying the time has come for all these great sacrifices for our people to enjoy security, prosperity, and rights. And I'm thinking, are they bearing it, saying, okay, we're honoring those of the past who stood up for the people. They were assassinated, and it was prior to their Friday prayers. And now that they are saying it's time to enjoy security, prosperity, and their rights. So I just wanted to share that because that surfaced just in the last couple of hours on his website. So I'd like to think that might be a precursor to this weekend. So okay.
It could be after sunset, today. So let's hope so.
I was going to say it's already past sunset. I would think so. Who knows? You might be getting something before the call ends. So let's keep hoping. So, but with that 10 days from whenever, and we know that you're going to tell us when that whenever date would be, that's when our TNT Superfantastic or Pay It Forward project will be. And we're looking forward to helping out everyone with that one. And I appreciate all your nuggets of information. And have a great day. Thanks.
All right. Thank you. Have a great weekend.
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. 423, area code. You are on.
All right. That's me, right?
That's you.
Yep. Good morning.
All right. Thank you, guys, for all your information.
You're welcome.
Got a couple of 3 questions here. Are the people rejoicing over there?
Not yet. Not that we know of.
Well, does everybody have 286 on their card? Everybody that has a card, it's 286?
That's what they're saying, that it's all the way down to the street level now. Anybody that has that card has a 286. Well, it's 35 dinar to get $100 US.
Right.
That is the rate over there.
But don't you think they ought to be rejoicing, like ecstatic?
Well, I think they're happy. They're saying the prices are changing, everything else. It's not all the way where they want it to be because they don't have the lower demand. But they're being told that, again, in the mosque, they were told that this morning, and that it's going to happen. So they're looking forward to it this weekend sometime, hoping that it happens. So the moment it does, I think you'll see them rejoicing because then it'll be real all the way.
So, in other words, their cards have got 286, but they can't really use them to buy anything yet.
They can use them as long as you're buying it electronically. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the way we buy most things around here.
That's right.
Yeah. So I don't know why they wouldn't be ecstatic over that. Gosh, that seems like that would have opened up a whole new life for them. Don't you think?
And I'm sure for a bunch of them it has. So and they're using, and the rates are going up. It depends on how much they have. Suppose they didn't have 35 dinar, and they were really in trouble, huh? Because they didn't even have $1. I'm sure they're excited now. Like as they told me, they're jumping up and down, partying in the street, but they are doing something. If the rates are changing and going up, not down, but going up according to them. So. Things are going to be more expensive.
We used to think it was going to be one-on-one in country, but higher here. We're not thinking that anymore, huh?
Well, if it's already 286, then it can't be 1-to-1, right? It's 35 to 100, but it definitely can be higher when it goes international.
Right. Okay. Let's see. My next question was when it was announced on TV about the new MasterCard and that it was international.
Okay.
Then that was supposed to be active that day, right? International MasterCard.
International. Yep.
Okay.
That was a year ago.
Okay. And when you're talking about the rates on the screen, you said they were fluctuating between 4-something and 6-something. Does that mean on the same screen they'd be looking at it and 1 minute it'd be 4-something and the next minute it'd be 6-something? Or is that the difference between
1 minute it could be 443, then it could be 459, then it could be 478, and then it could go all the way up to $6 something and start coming back down. I don't know. He's just saying it's going in between those numbers. So somewhere in that range, it's probably going. Now, he didn't say, well, the only 2 numbers I see are 443, then it jumps to 689. I don't know that. I don't know that much detail. But one or the other. That's the range where it's fluctuating.
Okay, and then it'll just settle on something once it really goes live. It'll hit on one of that. All right.
That's the rate it's going to be. It'll be right there.
Okay. Yesterday's tweet said they are now ready to, drop the three zeros and not in the near future. They said now they were ready, right?
That's what it says. They put out exactly what they said. They are ready.
All right. Well, I don't see how it couldn't be this weekend. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited about it. Thank you so much for bringing us all the information, and we'll just pray that it comes to fruition this weekend.
That's right.
Thank you.
I'm praying. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
It'll be over. All right, bye.
All right, thank you. Okay, some of the members stepped up and sent me information. Lori had asked a question earlier about that gifting thing, and I made a reference to the utopian way of giving. So, Lori, if you missed that call, it was March 6, 2018. You might want to go back and listen to that call. And, of course, all this is about giving you guys choices on ways to do things. Doesn't mean you have to do any one particular thing any one particular way. But it's better when you have choices. So whether you want to choose A, B, or C, the utopian way, is fine. But at the same token, we have choices on who we want in our inner circle also. And for the members that are wondering why I'm being defensive today, which I didn't realize I was being defensive, but sometimes you need a slap on the side of the head. And if that's what you're feeling that I'm giving you today, then okay, that might help. But I don't know. I don't feel like I'm being defensive. I'm trying to get you guys ready. Because people, you say you're ready, but I can tell from some of the questions that some of you put in on the board, in the forum, you're not as ready as you think you are. And that's not a good thing. So that means, okay, maybe something wasn't said sternly enough the last time that needs to be said a little bit more sternly so that you'll take it serious. And if that's you viewing it as being defensive or something to that effect, with a lot of the crap that we have to put up with and that we have put up with over the years, we have a right to be defensive should we choose to be defensive. You don't experience everything that I experienced going through this process to bring you this information Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, as well as every other day, all day long on open mic. It's a constant, ongoing, this, that, naysayers, haters, you name it. So sometimes if I appear defensive, it's not for me, it's for you. Because I got mine. I know what I'm going to do post-RV. I wake up every morning knowing exactly what I'm going to do that day as long as things unfold. I'm not lost. I'm not misdirected. I don't have to try to get some things together. A lot of you do. And some of you clearly listen to the wrong people. And you need to know that. And hopefully you can realize it when you just listen to the information and put two and two together and make it make sense. And if that's being defensive, then you'll appreciate it later. Okay, next caller is area code 281.
Hey, Ray.
There you are. Hey there.
Oh, it's too much. How you guys doing today?
I am fantabulous.
I'm super fantastic.
Good.
How are
Good
you?
information coming in. I'm good. I'm working, but
Hey,
I'm listening.
Wait. I got to tell a story. First. I'm going to cut you off, okay? Hold on. I got to tell you guys something. Wait, Ray might get mad at me. Let me think about it for a minute. Okay, so this guy just texted me, and he asked me did I had to wear boxing headgear around Ray as a kid. So, first of all, I'm the older big brother, so no, I didn't. So you got to understand that part first of all. So it didn't go that way. But I gotta tell you guys this story.
That's
I
enough.
Ask Ray first, though. No, I
That's
can't.
enough. No, we're on a business call.
Oh my God! I gotta tell you guys, Ray lets it. He kind of stores it and lets it build up, and then it explodes. I really want to tell you guys. Right?
No,
I can't tell you. It's really funny story. Y'all know about the broomstick or about the shovel?
No.
Which one do you know?
Neither one.
About Ray?
We'll leave it at that. That's a surprise tactic that I still use. So you can't be disclosing my defense mechanism.
Man. I want to tell you guys a story. Anyway, go ahead. Yeah, you need to protect your head around Ray. I will tell you that. Okay.
Oh my God, that's so funny. I believe you. I truly believe you. You never know what the king gonna put out. I tell you. But anyway.
I'm telling you. But go ahead.
Okay. I have a couple of questions. I wanted to know if the ATMs, I guess, or the Lord and Arms, are they using their ATMs over there in Iraq yet? You know, I guess
they're not using them, but he did say they were reloaded and ready to go, and he thought they would be activated this weekend.
Oh, okay. All right. And so I guess once that happens, then do you think like the CBI we would be able to see that rate at the same time once they release I guess start using, because how can they do it?
We would have to, because they would be worthless. I mean,
right.
Every one of them would be less than a penny, so they'll have to change the rate, or there's no need to have them on the streets.
Right. So I guess what we've been doing, but I guess we should continue to do is keep watching the CBI rate, because they just may pop it in at any time. Seem like to me, that's what I'm thinking.
That's right.
But,
yep.
That would be kind of smart to do. So, okay, so once that rate is popped in, then you're thinking, in your opinion, that it should automatically trigger everything around the world. The United States is not going to pull one of their little shenanigans and have us wait, correct? You think?
Well, I think when it happens, it's going to happen, because they're not going to do it without the U.S. releasing it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I think we will all see it at that time. That's what we're waiting for.
Right. Okay. Well, I know around the Dinar world, or community, everybody's pretty much saying the same thing you guys are saying as far as the Lord Dinar. Some people are saying that, some people are using them over there, and that
they're supposedly, like they said, are trickling out. Some people do have them. I don't know. They can't use them yet, but they do have them, and they want to have them spread out throughout the country when this happens.
So my last question is, once this thing happens and we go into exchange, is there going to be a time frame as to how long they're going to start letting people exchange? I mean, there's not going to be like a cutoff date or anything like that, is it? Or is there a time?
No, the 3-0 notes is supposed to be good for 2 years after the time. So people could have 2 years to do this. Now, when does the 2 years start is the question. Does it start as soon as they do it then, or did it start in January? But anybody who has any sense, and even the 8th grader who Ray referred to, would tell you, as soon as this happens, go get your money. Because you don't know what might happen 6 months from now, 8 months from now. Why would you even want to hold it that long? I mean, we spend dollars in this country. Go get your dollars and make more dollars. Why would I want to hold on to that?
So once this happens, I feel, in my opinion, there's going to be a whole lot of opportunities for a lot of us to put some of our currencies into that country's money into an account here in the U.S. Do you think that's going to be possible? They're going to have multi-currency accounts here where it's going to be an opportunity for us to use those accounts and not have to go outside of the U.S.? to do that if we wanted to keep some in that money?
This is what I just said. All right. They're going to have MCA accounts. A bunch of banks are going to do that for them. But what is your purpose in keeping Iraq dinar for a year, 2 years, 3 years? A country you're not going to, a country that's underdeveloped, and is going to, even if the value was continuously going up, we don't know that. So you're continuing to gamble with a country that's right on the break of things, when you could have your money making money every day instead of just sitting there with a currency that will only go up 2% every 90 days if it goes up 2% once this has happened. If it goes up and comes back down, why? Because that's their rule over there. Can't go up more than 2%. Why would I want to hold that for 6 months, a year, or 5 years?
Well, I guess the reason why I asked that question was because we don't know exactly how much it's going to go up. And if we held on to some, not a lot, but some, and we felt like it was going to go up, we could at least put it into one of those types of, accounts until the next 4 or 5 months just to see,
Okay, so you put it into that account. You try to figure out what kind of interest rate are they going to give you on a foreign currency that they can't use to make money off of, or maybe they can. When I personally could exchange mine, buy some more, day trade, invest it, put it in a project, whatever it is, where I know is making money every day.
Okay. Well,
I mean, just how you look at it, I guess, but.
Right. You're the professional, though. When you said day trade, you lost me there because I've never, ever done that, which I know people do it, but I wouldn't have the first clue about how to do that. But for those that are professional and know how to do that, I guess that would make more sense to them, versus someone like
If you're not professional, you know what would make more sense? A person like yourself having a wealth manager, an advisor, and say, where can I put this money that's going to make me money instead of just sitting there for 6 months?
Right. True.
Right?
Instead of putting it in there. Okay. All right. Well, that makes sense. Just wanted to, see what your thoughts were.
I know. We'll just think about it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people probably thinking the same way, but hopefully that's why the forum's still going to be here. You guys can go in there, discuss that, new ideas, new projects, where that money can be making money for you.
Right.
All right? Don't let it sit idle. Put your money to work.
Right. I agree with that. Okay, well, thank you. You guys have a good weekend.
Okay. All right, you too.
Thanks.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. 360 area code. You are on.
Okay, good morning, good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
Good morning.
Well, I've only got a couple of quick questions, but I did want to make one quick remark. Tony, it only took me, I think, about 3 years to figure out on that phone call how to get in there. And you just have to think about it for a little bit and try different methods.
It was only 3 years, and I got right in 3 years.
First year was a rough one, but ever since then it's gotten easier. I can sympathize. I remember the days when I was calling in from New Zealand, so I was having to figure out the 9-hour time difference, and that. But this isn't so bad now. I'm curious because you had talked in previous conversations about the idea of separating out between multiple institutions and then maybe coalescing funds on ones who didn't perform as well to get to a semi-competitive approach to making money, and where there are two different institutions. My question is, in thinking once we've done the exchange, there'll be, I would think, the more you have, obviously, the more anxious they should be to sit you down with a wealth manager. After the initial exchange, would you take that time as the opportunity to have the checks, cashier's checks made out for a third and a third to make those to two different institutions? Does that make sense?
After you've done the exchange, yes, and you would say, I just want to wait, and then do that. I mean, it's going to be up to everybody, okay? If I'm doing my exchange and I got $50 million, then they're going to put me with a wealth manager, and we're going to do everything right then. I'm not just going to let it sit. He's going to make his offer and do that, and I'm going to feel either it's worth it or not, or, hey, give me a couple of days while I go to a couple other banks. I don't have to take the money. I just have to take my deposit slip, go to this bank, and say, what are you going to offer me if I move this money over here? What's your best deal? What's your best deal? And then I decide what I'm going to do. Well, I'm going to give you this much because I don't have to do everything doing the exchange.
Right. But I was thinking, what would it take for you to deviate from your plan of maybe three different institutions carrying a portion of your money? What would it take to coalesce that down to two or to one? You know, if the offer, I'm trying to imagine what kind of offer.
This is what it would take for me. All right. So I'm going to need an interest rate that I feel is above and beyond, first of all, as my money just sits. And then I'm going to need to know what kind of programs that bank is involved in. I'm an IPO guy. So I'm going to ask them, how many IPOs did you guys do last year? And they're going to say, we did 10, we did 12. How many of them could I have gotten in pre-IPO? Because that's my money's guaranteed. I'm looking for guaranteed money. So now I say, how many projects do you have out there? How many can I get into at the highest rate and be part of that? How many investment opportunities? That's what can you offer me to get more of my money? Now, if you say, I know we're going to do 8 of them next year, and I can get you in as one of the first people, and we're looking at the IPO starting at $11, I can get you in at 2 right now. Then I'm going with that because I don't care if it starts at $11, drop down to 7 or 6. I'll still triple my money. So if we can do that every time, I'm willing to go, and then I'm willing to grow with that. So I need to know your experience level at doing that. And then these other projects, I said, he list them and tell me that. And then I say, can I get on the bank platform? And how does it pay? Because I'm awesome. And if he says I can do this or I can make it happen at this rate, then I don't have to go to 2 or 3 different banks. As long as we got that in writing, that's what happened. I'm not greedy. Well, yes, I am. But anyway, I just want to make as much as I can make. And if I can do that in one spot, I'm actually good. But if it's questionable and I can't do this and, well, we don't really do all that, then okay. Then I need to go create some competition because you need to learn some new things to do. So let me go over to these other banks. That's what makes you go away when you don't get those things. Right. They're being told right now, I can tell you guys, I know to go up to 10% based on how much you have. Some are going to go higher. They're supposed to offer you the world because they want that money to stay in that bank.
Okay. All right. Well, that helps, and I appreciate that. Thanks, Tony. And Ray, thanks for everything as well. And
yes, sir.
I think my check should have cleared. I sent in a donation a week or so ago. My phone number wasn't on it. I put it down on the memo part. It should correspond to this number.
We should see it. We'll get it.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
All right, you guys.
All right, thank you.
You bet.
Take care. Bye-bye. 214 area code. You are on.
It's me?
That's you.
All right. Thank you, Ray. Tony, my question is, if I go, sit down and do my exchange and all the bank perks and the interest rate and all that, what's a guarantee that I go back to the bank a few days later after and they say, well, that guy's no longer here and we can't do that for you now. I mean, how would I deal with an issue like that?
First of all, anything that they're going to do for you is going to be in writing, and it's not based on a guy. When he signs it, he's representing the bank. That's who it's based on. Now, if a guy tells you something, and then you go back and say, hey, I got an appointment with him, he said this, and they say, well, that guy's no longer here, and we can't do that, then say, okay, I guess I don't have an appointment anymore, and go to the next bank.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's what I wanted to know. Thank you very much.
Okay. Take care.
All right.
972, Erico, you are on.
Hello, fellas. Danny in Dallas. You okay today?
Hey, sir.
Yep, super fantastic.
All right. Well, I had two more fellas to listen, Ray, but they went to lunch. So
okay.
I got a couple of questions specifically for you, Ray. You're the expert in this, and I'm a kind of guy that likes to be right, but I love to be corrected. So this has to do with trust. And if you're ready to correct me, I want to lay it out for you. I hope I'm right.
Lay it out.
Lay it out. Here it is. Now, there's been some rumor around the internet, and that's where we all hooked into you guys. There's been some rumor that when we go to the bank, and I'm assuming a Tier 1 banks, the big boys, that they will be prepared to set us up with what has been called a skeleton trust. I don't have a clue what that means, and it may just be so generic there is no definition. I am interested in a specific trust that I intend to get it to, but my question is this. Since this is not going to be a taxable event, we're pretty sure of that. When that was not normal or regular knowledge that we had, then I was prepared to get a trust as soon as I could afford one. And most of us in my situation, we're cash poor, and if we, it's kind of like when I was a kid, I'd save up some money to buy a billfold, and then I wouldn't have anything to put in it. That's not a good situation. So I know you can identify with that.
So wait a minute. What would have been your reason for getting the trust if it was taxable?
If it was taxable, yes.
What would be your reason for getting the trust?
Well, so that I could put it in the trust before it had great value. You guys have communicated that so many times that I can almost say it in my sleep.
All right. For what purpose?
It would be. Now you got me under pressure here to lay out all these things. It's a spendthrift trust.
No. I'm not asking you to lay out the trust. I'm asking you the purpose for doing it.
That would be taxable. If we get there and it winds up being taxable, then I would rather have put it in a trust prior to it having great value.
And why is what I'm asking you. Why would you have rather put it in a trust if it was going to be taxable?
Maybe I'm going around this tree the wrong way. If I go in there as a person, and I have all these millions put in my name, can I transfer from my personal holdings to a trust of my choosing after the pressure is off? And does that create a taxable event? Or does it depend on what type of trust you put it into?
Okay, but look, running in the opposite direction still doesn't answer the question that you didn't answer. Why were you going to go with the trust in the first place if it was taxable?
I don't want to do that. I'm hoping that you're giving me answers that show me which way to go. If there's a way I could go and it was taxable, I don't want to go there.
I have to look at your reasons first, and that's why I'm asking you, why are you doing that? And then if that's for the right reason, we can go forward. But you haven't given me the reason.
I've got 13 grandkids and 6 children, and I
okay.
Hold up. To be a large...
Hold up. Back up.
Yeah.
Let's say it's taxable.
Okay.
Day one, this exchange is going to be a taxable event. No question. Okay. You are wanting to have a trust set up first before you exchange.
And I think I explained that was
why
so that I could put... Okay.
Why would you want to have the trust set up first to do a taxable exchange? What are you looking for it to do for you?
If it is taxable, and I have more value than what the limit allows now, let's say I have enough dinar and dong that I am way beyond the arena where it is valuable and it will be taxable. But if I put that into a trust beforehand, it can accumulate value in that trust rather than going into it with all the bells and whistles and the great volume. Am I just barking up the wrong tree here, or I don't understand?
Can I help you guys out?
Yes,
Can I help you guys out for a second? Yeah. All right.
Yes.
So you have $100 million, and you're saying it's taxable. And if I transfer it to the trust, I pay tax on it, and now I want to put it in the trust. Do I have to pay tax on it again? Well, that's one thing. Now, you're saying I'd rather put it. Yeah, I'd rather put it in the trust now, if it's going to be taxable at all, rather than in my name and transfer it and have to pay that tax. Ray is asking, a trust is there, right? A trust is there to protect you. It's not really there for a tax benefit. And he's trying to find out what kind of protection you're looking for with the trust in the first place.
Yes. Okay.
Do you really need the trust?
Well, if you could, let me back up for a second. If you could convince me that getting $100 million in my personal name is, at this point in time, as we understand it, will not be taxable, I really don't care one way or the other. I will put it in protected situations after the fact. But my question is, if I do it personally now, $100 million, and then I put it into various things like trust and whatnot, I will have to pay tax on it, whereas when I got it personally, I didn't have to. Does that make sense? Fellas,
no.
if I've got this question, I know there's a bunch more that have it, so please set me straight.
No, what you're saying is not making sense because you're not saying enough of it, and I'm not going to jump to conclusions on what I think that you're saying and doing, and that's why I'm asking you.
Yeah.
And this is a good lesson for all of you listening. You need to be coherent in telling somebody exactly what the heck it is you're trying to do and why. You need to know why you're doing whatever it is that you do. And you haven't given me the why part, so I can't even tell you if you're wrong or right because I don't know why you're doing it.
Well, let me see if I can explain it just simply. If it doesn't happen,
no.
He's trying to avoid paying taxes.
Don't explain it.
Trying to avoid paying taxes.
Just answer the question. Don't try to explain it. Answer the question that I asked you. That will tell me what I need to know. Now, you said if it was going to be taxable, then you wanted it to go into a trust first. And I asked you why. What were you expecting to happen?
Yes.
Oh, I know what Tony is trying to say, but that's not you saying it. I need you to say it because then I'll know what's in your head and not what's in Tony's head.
Okay, I have a currency that's basically wasted. It's worthless now. If I put it into my mother's name, my son's name, my uncle's name, nobody has to pay tax on it because it's not significant. And believe me, I've got more than I need, and I'll probably have to, face this thing many times. If there's not a simple answer, I'm content with there's not a simple answer. But I know
there is a simple answer. You're just not giving it. And I need you to give the simple answer that I can say yes or no.
Okay, let me address the audience here. If you don't know what you're asking when you get Ray on the line, just don't get on the line, okay?
No, don't do that. This is you have no idea.
Yes, that's
how big and important this is that what we're doing. Because if it wasn't, I wouldn't keep dickering with you. I would just say, let's go to the next person. This is vitally important. So, no, don't suggest to anybody, don't get on and ask a question. That's what these other folks are expecting you to do, is not ask questions so they can sell you any kind of crap they want to sell you and tell you any kind of crap they want to tell you. Now, you have some preconceived notions.
Yes.
I want you to say them so I can address it, but you won't. I don't know why you won't say the preconceived notion. You're trying to.
Ray,
I don't want to be guessing at it, so I have to ask you. No, you still haven't told me why you would put it in a trust first. When I asked that, you went and started talking about some relatives and some insignificant amount that had nothing to do with the trust. Okay. Why would you put it in a trust first if it's going to be taxable?
Ray, I know that you are very wise about this, but I can only say what I can say. Trusts have protections that I currently, as a person, do not have. That's why I want to.
Now we're making some progress. Now, what kind of protection is it that you're thinking that the trust has that would make it attractive?
I want to be able to invest that money and it grow in value. I'll buy an apartment complex someplace at, let's say, $1 million, and then I hold on to it for my family's posterity for the next 20 years, and then they sell it for $50 million. That equity grows inside a trust.
Wait a minute.
If it remains in that trust, it won't be taxed.
Oh, yes, hell, it will be taxed, too. You were trying to get into where I thought you were from the very beginning, thinking that you're going to do something in a trust and it's not going to be taxed. The trust is the highest tax entity in the United States of America at 39.6%, period. It is going to be taxed. So if you're thinking you're going to put something in a trust and there won't be any taxes, sir, I disagree with you. Now say you have the wrong idea.
I accept that notion. When will you be in Dallas? And let's get a party together. I've taken up way more time than I intended to. Let's just go ahead and set the date.
Okay. I have no other choice. I'm going to have to call you and talk to you.
Oh, my goodness.
Let me make a notation
on
here.
this phone with bated breath. Come to me.
We need to have a conversation. And then,
seriously, thank you so much.
But thank you for cooperating because people needed to hear this. And they needed to hear what you were saying and how you were saying it because they picked up on some things from this conversation, I'm sure.
Excellent. So thank you so much.
Helped out a lot of folks. Thank you, sir. Okay, now we can say next. 208, area code, you are on.
Hi there.
Hi there.
How are you, Tony, doing today? I hope you're great.
Yes, I am fabulous to the nth degree. And yourself?
Well, I'm doing super. I've had a couple of questions answered, but I've got one that I just need it answered for me. Okay. And I hope you can help me. I've been in this for 6 years, and during those 6 years, we've had it almost there. We're imminent. This is being done. They can't do it unless they do this, or they can't do it for that. But then 1 year we were told that they had to do it before the end of the year because the time was out. All of these little things. The latest thing that I've questioned is the United Nations told them to get it done now. That was in February. Or they would have repercussions. Why does it seem that they never have those repercussions? Because they're still going.
I don't know why they threaten them and don't do it. Because they do threaten them. And it wasn't right. But I don't know why they don't do it. Because they have a new excuse every time for it not being done. Or they can look and say, it's not our fault. We tried it and the U.S. wouldn't let it through. Because now they want something else done. I don't know. But every time we see more and more progress or getting us closer to it, is the only answer I can really give you.
Okay, my second question then is, because this means a lot to me. I know it wasn't made for me, but I've now become into a position where I really need the money. How much longer can they go on saying it's not my fault, someone else did it, and the UN threatening but never doing nothing? They can go on forever?
That's what people seem to think. This could go on for years and years, and Iraq could just keep operating just the way that they are doing. They are doing it, but I don't believe they can do this for years. They can't sit there and watch all that reconstruction money just sitting there. Their economy would come to a standstill sooner or later because it's not growing the way that it's supposed to. So I think we will see this accomplished soon, which could mean anything in Iraq's language. But we're looking for it this month.
I don't think they know the definition of soon, or within a few days, or shortly.
Or imminent, or anything else that means right now. No.
It just means that they'll do it when they're ready to do it, and it doesn't matter what they say. So, okay, well, thank you guys for everything that you've done for us. I know I get down sometimes and with everything that you do bring out, because it's the truth, and we're waylaid, but it's not your fault, and we appreciate every time that you come out and tell us. You guys go above and beyond, and we really appreciate it. Have a great day.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
509 area code. You are on.
Good morning. Good afternoon.
Greetings. Good afternoon.
Good morning.
Almost afternoon for all of us. Hey, I haven't heard anybody mention that the letter that came out from Sterling, or not Sterling, but the FBI, wanting to know if you had anything owed to you. Has anybody else gotten any of those?
A lot of people got it.
Okay.
It's an email.
Yeah, and it's a legit?
I don't know if it's legit or not. I didn't call it. I didn't fill it out. I received it. But I don't know. I received something after that telling me it wasn't legit. So maybe somebody else did. But you can call the FBI. They had the information on it out there. And actually, Ray posted it in the room. Anybody that was. And they had an extension until when, Ray?
I think March 31st was the last extension that I remember seeing now.
Yeah, for anybody who had an issue with it. But
nobody
before you start
really,
giving out all your information, I would make sure it's legitimate.
What?
I said before you start giving out all your information, I would make sure it's legitimate.
Right. Okay. I just hadn't heard if anybody else on the call has not mentioned it, so I thought I would bring it up.
Sure.
Okay. A lot of people have received it, though.
Yeah, you can easily call the FBI and confirm it if it's that FBI email that starts off Iraq Dinar scam at FBI.org or something like that. You just call the FBI and ask them.
My question is they don't even say that they're going to honor or try to get your money. They're just asking for information. You know, I had an order that I never received. But I don't, you know, they're not, in the letter it doesn't state that they're going to reimburse you or anything to do with that.
Well, the letter isn't about trying to help you get anything back. That's not the purpose it serves.
Okay.
Even if it's not a real true letter, but just the content of the letter itself, the focus is to find somebody to go after. Now, going after somebody, arresting them, apprehending them, prosecuting them, etc., still doesn't mean you're going to get anything. So that's not what that letter is about if you are trying to recover any losses you may have experienced. Not that FBI thing that's floating around. That's not what that letter is saying.
Okay.
At least I didn't perceive it to say that.
Okay.
Now, the one that the DOJ information, if you're on part of that Department of Justice from Atlanta, now they have made a reference to if you are a victim and you want to claim something being a victim, they will hear you out and give you the appropriate forms to file to claim being a victim and want some type of compensation or whatever. I can't think of the other word I want to say right now. But restitution or any of those types of things.
Restitution, yeah.
And they're not guaranteeing it either, but at least they do have a form that you could at least put down and say, You know, hey, I lost this, and is there any way I can get it back?
Okay. That was my question. Thank you, guys. And hopefully Monday we're going to the bank. Or even tomorrow.
Hopefully. I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Ready
Let's
for 10 years.
Okay. Thank you.
I remember the days back when I first purchased some, and I think that the only information or people you could talk to was, and I can't even remember, I think his name was Wayne, and they always did a call at midnight. Do you remember that?
No. I wasn't in back then.
Oh, you weren't. Okay. All right. Well, thank you.
Okay. Thanks for the memories.
All right. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, sir. We'll wrap this one up. Time to live it for the weekend.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, we're looking forward to the weekend. So they seem to think that the Lord Dinar should come out sometime over this weekend. But remember, I told you guys, sometimes he's 2 days early, sometimes he's a whole week early. But he does have the information. So they are in the ATM, and hopefully this thing will be over this weekend. Bank is still looking for it for this month. A lot of months left. And I'm trying to tell them all they don't have to wait for my birthday. I will still accept it as a gift if it's tomorrow. So we don't really have to wait for that to come around to do this thing. So let's see what happens. If we get any additional information, if we find out about the Lord Dinars here in the U.S., if the guy answers us, sends us a picture of it, I'll tweet out the picture so everybody can see it, and we'll all get excited once again. But until then, enjoy the rest of your day, your weekend. That's what I plan on doing, and we'll see what happens. Ray?
All right, ladies and gents, it's Friday. It's time for us to start living it up for the weekend. Of course, if anything happens over the course of the weekend, stay calm, stay cool, stay collected. And we'll try to get you whatever we can as quickly as we can, and to make sure it is as solid as it can possibly be. So with that being said, keep believing.